my name is Rob and I'm the founder of mineralexchange.com. Today we got an incredible piece of history down in the office here. This is an authentic Atocha Shipwreck silver ingot found by Mel Fisher. This bar had been sitting on the ocean floor for over 350 years. The Atocha went down in 1622, if you can believe it. This bar has really withstood the test of time. It's incredible to see the stamping still preserved on it. I just kind of wanted to show it off at this kind of a scale. This is actually a 100-ounce Ingot that we'll put up to the side of it just to show as comparison. Just to show how just huge. This thing's like a Wonder Bread loaf of silver. I still don't know how they dragged these off the ocean floor. It must have been tough pulling them apart, being part of the dive crew with Mel Fisher. This one has the original COA. Some great history on here. It's actually got the seals on it and everything, signed by the original historian and archaeologist as well as Kim Fisher. So this has all been authenticated, and it is just incredible to have such a piece of history down here. Over 350 years sitting on the ocean floor. It's hard to believe. The fleet was going for Philip IV, the king at the time, and it was going down to Panama to pick up these Peruvian pieces of silver, gold, all kinds of treasure there. Then it was coming through the Keys in Florida, where it was going to turn around and go back up to Spain. And now at the time, a crazy hurricane had hit out of nowhere, took out most of the fleet actually survived. But the Atocha and the Margarita, were sitting in the back, and those were the main galleon ships holding all the treasure. They had all the cannons, and they were there to protect the entire fleet, and they would hang back. And unfortunately, due to hanging back, those were two of the ships that went down. I believe there was a third one that also went down. But sadly enough for the king and the rich merchants and all the people that these bars belong to, those two back ships of the Atocha and the Santa Margarita, those went down, and those were holding all the treasure. And it was lost at sea. The Santa Margarita, I believe, was found a little bit before the Atocha. And the Atocha was the mother lode, and it was sitting there lost at sea for over 350 years until Mel Fisher found it in 1985. So just an incredible story about overcoming all the odds on finding these silver ingots in the first place from Mel Fisher. He actually lost his son and his daughter-in-law 10 years prior to finding this ingot, exactly 10 years prior, as what I've been told. And so he kept his head down, and he said, "I can't let my son die in vain." 10 years later, found the mother lode, hundreds of millions of dollars in treasure. Mel Fisher found the Atocha Shipwreck. So incredible to have one of the actual ingots from the shipwreck be found in Florida, flown all the way over to California, and here it is today. The ship went down in 1622, found in 1985. This sat in a coin dealer I know's office, and then it got shipped all the way over here to California, to Southern California, and now here it is sitting on my desk. I'm going to shoot over to a close-up video of this bar. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in. Today we got something truly exceptional down at the office. This is an authentic Atocha Shipwreck ingot. I just wanted to quickly read this because it's just such cool information here on the cert. On September 6, 1622, the heavily laden treasure galleon of King Philip IV struck a reef and sank in a raging hurricane near the Florida Keys. More than 260 persons perished, and tons of gold, silver, and other precious cargo were lost to the sea. All attempts to find the shipwreck failed until Motivation Inc. discovered the location of the primary cultural deposit on July 20th, 1985. Over 1,000 silver bars were listed on the ship's manifest. The majority of the ingots were property of individuals, although 4 tons of the cargo was revenue. 133 bars were shipped in 34 boxes bearing the red crown mark of Philip IV. Many of the silver bars were mined and processed in Upper Peru, modern Bolivia. Each ingot was poured into a mold and then struck with a serial number. Serial number is on the back side of this ingot. Maybe I'll put a photo here just to show you what that looks like, because this bar is heavy. I don't really want to turn it over on video. Be struggling there. So the serial number is on the back, which would be listed on the ship's manifest. And when you look at the manifest here is 609, which is right here in Roman numerals 609. So on manifest 609, the serial number, which I put the picture in this video here when I'm editing it, you'll see that right now. That serial number, which is on the back side of this ingot, was on that manifest number 609 that's listed here on the front of the ingot, all stamped in the 1600s. It's crazy how old this ingot is, which would be listed on the ship's manifest. The assayer would remove his bite, which is labeled here in this B. The bite of the assayer is this right here, where they'd scoop that out and they would test the purity of this ingot. This specific ingot is 2,380 carats, which the max they had at the time was 2,400 carats. This is a very pure bar for the time. And you'll see right there, take the bite to test the purity of silver. Once purity was established, the ingot was struck or with the Leo, or fineness number. I think I might pronounce that wrong, which is C. And this is the fineness number right here, where they would mark 2,380 for this specific ingot. Each bar, other than the Royal Quinto, was subject to a 20% tax, which was stuck with the tax seal. Now the tax seal on this specific ingot, this is it right here, D, is right here in the exact same spot that it was listed on there, on the right side of the manifest number. And you can see just barely right there, you see the circles around the rim right there. That looks almost like an 8 real. Just such cool history. And incredible to have this COA here, often in several locations of the bar. Now there's actually a few, like right here I see kind of a little bit, if you look closely right here, I see a little bit of a ring. It might be a kind of a faintness to it. And then again up here, if you look very closely, you'll see another one of those rings with the dots on it. So the tax seal was usually on multiple spots on these ingots. The clearest one is right here, because you can even see just the center of that cross of what an 8 real would kind of look like. Tax had been paid. Monograms and designs, E. These would be like the monograms and designs. This one is not featuring many of those. Let's see. Indicated the owner or the shipper. So this one didn't have an exact owner listed, or it was too faint to see on it. So I'm still looking into the reasoning for that, or what this bar was specifically for. Was it the king's bar? Was it for a specific person that didn't want to mark their bars? There's still some questions I'm learning about this one. These marks here, they say that they don't know exactly what they were for. They're listed here under F, and we'll just get into that. So, record the transaction of unknown origin. Some bars were dated with the year. So F is right here. Other shippers and handlers recorded their transactions with the bar by adding various other marks, F, which is these right here. So these are the marks that were from the shippers and handlers. And not too much information on exactly what these are standing for down here. And they're just kind of lines, possibly during the voyage to prove where it had been. I'd like to do a little bit more research like on this specific part of the bar, and on the fact that it's not bearing anyone's name on this bar. We actually have been in contact with this archaeologist. Maybe he can share a little bit more information about that. Well, I just wanted to shoot a quick clip while we had this one down at the office and show you what an 83.84 troy pound of Peruvian silver off the Atocha Shipwreck looked like. And I am just beyond stoked to have it down here. If I could show you the depth of it. It just looks like a loaf of silver bread. And it is a heavy brick. I could only imagine taking this off the ocean floor like they did. Well, Well, thank you all again for watching. If you like this kind of stuff, please subscribe to our YouTube channel here for Mineral Exchange. If you're interested in buying stuff like this or selling anything like this, we are always buying, always selling. Head on over to our website, mineralexchange.com. We got a contact us form there. All our information will be down in the description below. If you want to shoot us a like, thumbs up, we'd really appreciate that. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.